Big change for two teams in the Western Conference as Jerry West told ESPN he intends to leave his advisory role with the Warriors to join the Clippers. Now, Stephen A., we know he makes an impact wherever he goes. What does this mean for Clip City?
Well, I think this means for Clip City is that you can expect them to either be in a better position within 3 years to legitimately compete for a championship. Otherwise, everybody will be gone. And I think that could potentially include Doc Rivers. Ballmer is a billionaire owner. He wants to win. He's building them their new arena. He's trying to get that approved so he can do that in Inglewood, all of this other stuff. Bringing on Jerry West is not interested in titles anymore in terms of having a title per se. Call him a consultant, call him whatever you want. He ain't in there just to sit up there and speak every now and then and give his opinion and go home. He wants to make a difference. He wants to have an impact. And even though Doc Rivers is the president of basketball operations, as well as the head coach, somebody like me believes that Doc Rivers should be the head coach for as long as he wants because I think he's that exceptional. But as the president of basketball operations, considering the roster that he's put forth, some of the dollars that he's doled out to some of those players, there have been question marks, huge question marks, as to whether or not he should remain as president of basketball operations. You got him to consider along with executive VP for basketball operations in Lawrence Frank and others. But in the end, if Jerry West is coming in there, it's because Ballmer wants this man in there. And if he wants Jerry West, that means he wants a difference maker, which means that Jerry West is going to have far more power, far more influence than one would surmise. That doesn't mean that Doc Rivers is in trouble. It does mean, however, that Ballmer will rely on somebody as somebody else and not just Doc Rivers. And we know that Jerry West knows the game of basketball because he was exceptional as an executive. I thought one of his greatest moves, Max, was when he hired our very own Hubie Brown to be the head coach for Memphis. That was when the Memphis Grizzlies actually became respectable because Hubie Brown has forgotten more basketball than most of us know. So has Jerry West. I think this is a power move by the Clippers. It's all good as far as I'm concerned. It's just a damn shame seeing Jerry West associated with the Clippers as opposed to the Lakers. That makes no sense. I think he should, by the way, go get his son. His son don't need to be with the Lakers anymore. His son needs to go with his father over to the Clippers. That's just my personal opinion.
Jerry West isn't interested in titles anymore in terms of GM or president of this or vice president of that. He's interested in titles, as in championships. He's the greatest executive in the history of the NBA. Arguably, he's in the argument for greatest executive in the history of American team sports. Those who feel like his brand has somehow outstripped his ability, like he gets credit for things that he hasn't really done, that's nonsense. Look at the moves he made as Lakers GM. Look at the success he had as Lakers GM. Don't forget, when he took over as Lakers GM, the Lakers were a distant second to the Celtics in terms of the history of the NBA. And by the time he was done with his tenure with the Lakers, the Lakers had overtaken the Celtics. I know there's still one championship behind, but in the modern era, it's 10-4. It's not close. Lakers are the premier franchise in basketball branding because of Jerry West largely. He went to Memphis, they became a playoff team. He went to Golden State, they now own the title. That ain't just luck, folks. He's going to the Clippers. Look out. Watch what happens with the Clippers. They will certainly get better, but they may get all the way better if Jerry West really has latitude. He really has room to maneuver, and he's empowered to maneuver. Look out for the Clippers.